Hello, everybody out there. Um, my name is Ariel, and some people may know me as Stony. Some people know me as Aisa's sister. Some people know me as the girl that got around back in my, little younger days. And, some people know me as a liar or a cheater or just pretty much just anything. Like, you know me to be a good friend, or, to actually have your back when you felt like no one was there, or, maybe one day I gave you really great advice, or, maybe one day I really didn't. But I have really come to, for the first time in my life ever, I can boldly say out loud and to the world, and mainly to one person that honestly doesn't even deserve anything that is less than amazing. Like, and it's just like, I really see now, like, it really took for me to, in my own defense, hit my type of rock bottom, the rock bottom that I felt like I in my life would never hit, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, and excuse me if I'm rambling, it's just, I really just had a fucking epiphany, deja vu, and all those fucking things that have ever happened. I fucking had multiple flashbacks right now as to why the fuck I did certain things that I did to put me in certain predicaments that ultimately I should not have lived from, in a sense. You know what I mean? And, it's going to take hours for me to even really go into depth about what the fuck I'm even talking about. And I'm sorry, I might sound crazy as fuck to some people just because I'm rambling, and, you may not understand what I'm initially trying to say. And I hope that by the end of this, that you can really understand that people really do shit because they are looking for something. It's something that they are deep down searching for that they feel like they can't find. It's like a void. It's like an empty fucking feeling. It's like an empty feeling that you feel like no one has yet to even remotely slightly filled that void. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you probably met some people who made you think that void was filled, or made you feel like you weren't empty anymore, or made you feel like you weren't alone, in a sense. But at the end of the day, you made a decision that made you see that person or that thing or that object or whatever the fuck that you used to cope with to make you feel like you weren't empty anymore just wasn't fucking enough. And I swear to God, like, I am so happy right now and so fucked up because it took for me to go through all my life putting myself in predicaments that I knew for a motherfucking fact, like, I deep down knew inside that I should not be there. You know what I mean? Like, common sense tells me that, Ariel, you should not do this. Ariel, you should not be here. Ariel, you should not. Ariel, you should not. But I immediately let what the fuck I felt like I was missing overcrowd my better fucking judgment. That judgment that really tells you, like, how everybody says you always have that good mindset. Like, your first fucking mind is the mind that you're fucking supposed to go with all the fucking time. And I swear to God, my life is revelation of that is so fucking true. And I just want to expose myself for who I am, what I have done to others, and everything that I have put myself through, that I've witnessed, that all of that shit really brought me to right here, because I knew deep down that I was looking for something that I just couldn't find, and nothing and no one that came my motherfucking way. I don't give a fuck what it was. And honestly, I knew for a fact that my actions and the way that I treated people, whether if I treated them good or bad, I knew that deep down it wasn't real, in a sense. Like, I can honestly say that I have been faking my entire life. I have faked every friendship, every relationship, everything in my life, because I just felt like I was just using that particular relationship to kind of fill a void that I knew that they wouldn't fill for me, to make me really see that I am truly one of a fucking kind. Like, the type of person that I am, the type of mindset that I really have, like, it took 25 years of my life, and I say the whole life, for me to really see what the fuck I am destined to be. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck my life has any meaning to be, you know, and what the fuck I mean to anyone else. And it was just so crazy. And honestly, it took the last 6 years of my life. It took for me to go through different kind of heartaches and heartbreaks for me to really see. And in some way, it had to show me how to get stripped down from every fucking thing. For me to see that you honestly cannot go searching for someone or something or an object to feel what the fuck you know deep down inside that only you can fucking feel. You know, and it's like, I honestly believe that everybody in this world is supposed to meet their one true soulmate. Every fucking body. And I feel like the people who are homeless and the people who are on drugs and drug addicts, people who have been on drugs for years, even people's parents who, you know, it's even some people, some of our own parents, our own fucking parents, our own siblings are all searching for something that they feel somewhere about themselves, that they feel so insecure that they feel like they're lacking. Like they need to look and find in someone else to feel whatever negativity that stirs you up in your brain, whatever causes you to think about harming someone, or whatever causes you to make you not want to love somebody, or, you know, because I really believe that no one in this world was born to have hate in their heart. Like, no one. I honestly and truly believe that no one in this world is meant to have hate in their heart. No one. And no one in this world is supposed to be fucked up. It's not supposed to be child molesters and motherfucking rapists and serial killers and motherfucking bombers and terrorists. I feel like all that shit really comes from the lack of attention from years upon years, generation upon generation of not putting, of not learning to set yourself aside. Stop and fucking think about how the fuck your actions is really gonna cause the next fucking person, or, you know, the next family member, or, you know, the next animal, or whatever the fuck it is that you use to cope with, you know, whether it's bullying somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that people are just born bullies. Like, you just woke up one day and said you wanted to go pick on Timmy, and you just said, you know, fuck it, today I'm going to go start picking on this bitch. Like, you don't just wake up and start doing that. You innerly feel that shit. You feel that bad about yourself that you have to wake up every day and pick on motherfuckers who you feel is better than you. Whether if it's by looks, whether if it's by the way they think, whether it's how they carry themselves, whether it's what they got. Like, you really have to step back and really take a step fucking back and really fucking think, like, no one in this world God did not create this world to be full of hate. And that's why it's so many different type of religions, and it's different type of societies and cliques and clubs, and, you know, people who think they're better than others. And that's why racism, honestly, is so big and so unfully developed, to the point where you have to really set yourself aside and understand, like, why the fuck would fucking white people literally beat other fucking people as slaves? Like, why would you physically want to make someone feel like their life ain't shit? Why the fuck would you want to make somebody feel like that? You want to know why? Because you innerly feel like that shit. You innerly hate your motherfucking self some way, somehow. I don't know where it stems from. And it's like, I can't speak for everybody in the world on, you know, what part that it stems from, you know, because I have really seen it 25 years, damn near what I feel like every aspect of the human nature, like real shit. Because I just have developed such a real open mind. Like, I learned at what I can only remember at 5 years old to be very open-minded. And I guess you can say, honestly, here's where my story starts. And I hope I didn't lose anybody with my rambling and, you know, just like probably me sounding crazy as fuck. And I swear to God, on my own life, like, on my own life, for the first time, I can honestly say, like, I will put my real life on the line to let the world see that you cannot put whatever the fuck you feel onto someone else, because you never fucking know how that person may truly feel. You never know. And here's where my story begins. And I'm sorry my story may be hella long, and I swear I really hope that some way, somehow, this video goes viral, like all the other bullshit in the world that I see that goes fucking viral. And, you know, I'm sitting back thinking, like, damn, if I just tell my story, like my inner truth, like what I've been always wanting to say, but yet I feel so deeply empty about myself that I feel like, you know, fuck that. I can't tell nobody how I really feel, or what the fuck I really think, or how I really, you know, concept shit. And, you know, the real Ariel, I can't ever tell someone how real Ariel really is, because no one's gonna understand that, because no one has gone through what the fuck I have gone through. No one has ever been through what the fuck I've been through. Like, and I realized that no matter who comes into your life, no matter how close, their situation, their car, their attitude, their clothes, their personality, their anything may resemble close to yours, it will never, ever be the same. That's why I really believe that no two people in this world are the same. But yet, two people in this world are meant to be one, because they're going to realize that they found someone that actually fills that void. And I don't mean in any sense of, you know, whatever the case. And, you know, like I said, I take that back, because, you know, like I did say that whatever may fill whatever your void is, whether it's, you know, you grew up poor, so your void now is like you want to suck motherfuckers dry. You know what I mean? Like, it's people out there, like, I feel like hoes are not hoes because they just woke up one day and said, I want to give up my body for money. Like, no one just wakes up and fucking thinks that shit. You know what I mean? But someone does wake up and say that, you know, I've seen for so long that if I, you know, in a real sense, use what I have to get what I want, then that's good enough. And I want everyone to understand that that shit is not good enough. Never, ever settle for what your first fucking mind, your intuition. And I feel like every man and woman has that intuition. That's why I believe that nobody in this world is really atheist. I feel like nobody in this world, you know, I feel like every religion is always going to revert back to God. Because one, that's just solely what I believe in. Like, you know, and it took me a long time for me to understand that I really do believe in God. Like, I believe that there is God. And maybe some of the reasons why I've gone through the shit that I've gone through is because I knew that there was a God. And I knew that he exists. Hell, I even knew he died for my sins. But deep down inside, I felt like, why is he not giving me what the fuck I am searching for so badly that I can't appreciate anything? Like, no matter what it is, I've never been appreciative of no one or nothing in my life until 6 years ago. And I just really need to tell my story. Like, once again, I'm gonna say this: I don't want fucking sympathy. And I might end this video with people with having more questions than anything, or, you know, and I may have that one person who does listen to this video and really sees like, damn, I really do that. Because I do believe that everybody does do exactly what the fuck I do. They're just too fucking afraid to actually be themselves, be what the fuck they felt like at a certain age in their life. And I'm just going to say this one more time, is that I believe every fucking thing happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's always a cause and a fucking effect to every reason and every decision that we as human people, we as human beings, we as fellow God's angels, we create what we believe in. I swear to God, we do. Like, we really do. We'll make some shit up in our head that don't even fucking, it's not even there. That's why I believe that people are really schizophrenic and people really see shit that's not really there. I believe in psychics, and I believe in ghosts, and I believe in another world, and I believe in witchcraft, and I honestly can say I honestly believe in the devil. Because who else other than God is going to make you feel like you have to hurt someone because you want to be hurt, knowing damn well that's not what the fuck you should be doing, knowing damn well that's not the way you should be going about it? Because everybody in this world, and it started from, you know, like the Bible say, Adam and Eve. You know, and it's crazy because I don't even read the fucking Bible. You know, I really don't. Like, I feel like the Bible is a bunch of crap, you know, made by different fucking people, you know, who put their own 2 cents into shit. And that's just what I fully believe. But what I can honestly say is that I really believe that my story, my way of thinking is so far-fetched and so advanced because of what I made myself go through. And I'm not saying that no one else may feel so inferior, like their mindset is better than the others, and, you know, like all the other shit. And don't get me wrong, everyone has a different capability that they have. Everyone is different. Every fucking body is different. I swear to God, everybody is different. That's why when you get into relationships, you just trying to figure out, like, damn, why this motherfucker different from the last person? But yet, they still doing shit that the last motherfucker did that hurt you, but yet you still fucking with them because they're doing something different. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much more deeper than that. Like, I feel like there's people out there in the world who are rich, fucking rich, who have everything that they can ever ask for, that mankind can ever make. Because I take that back. It's not whatever they can ask for, because honestly, you can ask for so much and only receive what the fuck is given to you. But in a sense, there's people in this world who have all the money in the world, i.e. Oprah Winfrey. You know what I mean? People, Bill Gates and motherfucking Donald Trump and Beyonce and motherfucking Jay-Z. Like, people that we idolize to be just just something better. Like, I realized, like, you don't idolize somebody just because, that was your brother and sister, so, you're gonna off back look up to them. No. You idolize them because they have something that you don't fucking have. Period. That's why the world is so full of, I have to show off what I got. I have to, show off this. I have to show off this. I have to show off this. Because you're not showing that shit off because, that's what your first mind is telling you to do. You're showing that shit off because you're trying to prove to someone else, somebody in the fucking world, that you are better than them. Like, straight the fuck up. That's what the fuck everybody in this entire world, every billionth person, every child that is born every motherfucking day, every person that dies every fucking day. Like, I really realized why shit really happens. And again, I sound crazy as fuck, but I know that what I have come to be able to say out loud, like really be able to say out loud to anybody who will fucking listen, that I truly found myself, and I am no longer ever going to put myself, my well-being, my faith, my wisdom, my gratitude, my life into someone else's hands because I feel like they can give me something that I don't have. Knowing deep down that it's not fucking right. It's not right. That's why people kill these days. That's why it's murderers. That's why it's serial killers. That's why it's child molesters. That's why there's people who are sadists and people who think like Christian Grey. Like, that shit is not just a movie. It's not just a book. It's not just a song. It's not just a hip, skippy, loody-doo-doo-da, some shit that just kind of catches your attention. Everybody in this world has a different outcome that they have built from their innocence, from their childhood, from their own being as a young age, that has actually made them who they are to fucking day. And they may be good, they may be bad, but deep down, if they are not fucking saints, like, and I mean saints, like the people in the world that actually never have fucking cheated, you know what I mean, have listened to their parents exactly word for word, people who have actually had both of their parents. I feel like you don't know life, you don't know shit if you don't have the two people that created you to teach you between the time that you were born, the time that you came out of your mother's vagina or stomach, however the fuck it was born, up until, I swear to God, the age of 10 years old. If you've never had the two people who created who you are, who you fucking are in your life, you somewhere right now, you're hurting someone else because deep down, you know, deep down inside, you're hurt. And you feel like, well, I guess, you know, whatever, you know, you just feel like you just missed something. It was just something in your life that you've missed. And I know deep down in my heart that there are some people in this world who have never fucking cheated. Like, when I say never cheated, I mean, like, I believe that it is real people in this world. And I know that women say it's only men, but bitches, we do that shit too. Women, we looky-loo too. And honestly, I really do believe we are the worst at it, because God created women to create life. So for a woman to be hurt, you know what, I take that back, because I feel like at that point I'm gonna lose you guys, and I really don't want to lose you, because I just need you guys to understand that my bottom line is, stop what the fuck you're doing right now. Just really stop. Stop what the fuck you're doing. Whether if you're killing someone right now, whether if you're selling drugs, whether if you're snorting drugs, whether if you're fucking doing the worst shit in your life that you know deep down inside you never in your fucking life imagined you would do. But yet, there you are doing it. If you're doing that right now, you are the person that I'm talking to. Straight the fuck up. Because I'm not talking to the people who actually is listening to what the fuck I'm saying and feel lost. I'm not talking to you people. I'm talking to the people who have listened to me ramble right now and me go way off charts and come back together and just go whoop de whoop and just hit different little key factors in their life that some way I done, like, you know, spark like, damn, hold on, like some interest in you that makes you want to keep watching this fucking video. Then I'm talking to you. If you're still watching this video right now after you have just sat and heard me ramble for 27 minutes about a whole bunch of shit that probably doesn't really make sense, but yet you're still so interested in listening to, then I am talking to you. That is it. And from this point on, I swear to God, I'm going to tell you my story, because it's just like, I just want to just get it all out, that I'm getting it all out without thinking about what the fuck I want to say, honestly. And that's why I'm rambling. So I'm really, really sorry, people. And yeah, but let's just say the last thing I remember of my innocence, of that innocence that only children have, you know what I mean? Like, I really believe that from the time you are born to the age of 10 is when you have that innocence. Is when you have that free spirited life. Like that life to where it's nothing that you can do or say or act or, you know, it's nothing that you can do or say that will not be looked at as like, oh, you know, you just don't know no better. And, you know, you just whoop-de-whoop. And, you know, like, I feel like anyone who has ever used that excuse up after the age of 10, and I mean for kids too, because, man, I just know that from the age of born, from the time you're born to the age of 10 years old is when you really need the people who created you to instill who you are in you. Because I seriously believe that two people don't get together and just create a baby just because that's what the fuck happened. I don't believe that children are born by mistake. I don't believe that children are born by accident. I don't believe that your little brother was a mistake. And, you know, like, I don't even believe anymore that my life was a mistake. I don't believe that, you know, people who have had abortions and who have been raped and had to actually carry their child throughout the whole 9 months because they innerly just could not give up something that can honestly probably better the world. Because I know everybody has thought about it. Everyone has thought about it. Like, children are the utmost greatest beings in the world. And I can honestly say that by never having a kid a day in my life, but only witnessing and seeing and actually having to deal with my own kid life problems, and why I still do kid ass shit, and why I still feel like a big ass kid at heart. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone is still living off of their innocence and what the fuck they created in that 10 years of their life. In 10 years of your life, you create who you're going to be for the rest of your life. I swear to God, you really do. Because think about this. And I really want you guys to understand that this shit is real. Think about this for a second. I, at 5 years old, cannot remember absolutely nothing before the age of 5. I can't remember shit. I can honestly say that anything that I knew before I moved into the community arms in Pasadena, California, that I did not know my life before then. I can't remember the day that I was born. Like, yes, I know I was born April 16th, 1993. I was born around like midnight-ish or whatever. But I can't recall that. I don't remember being born. I don't remember being 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I don't remember that shit. I seriously do not remember that shit. I don't. Like, when they took my only brother to jail, I was 3 years old. And I swear to God, every story in my life I told is because deep down, I just didn't know who the fuck I was. I didn't know who I was. Like, it was so serious to the point where I literally believed that the family that I lived with, my mother, Judy Swartz, pure facts, and my sisters and my brother and my uncles and my aunties and everyone that I knew that was my family, I honestly did not believe that they were my family. I swear to fucking God, I did not believe it. It was nothing that no one could tell me to make me feel like they were the family that I was born into. Real shit. Like, it was just nothing, because it was just different signs and different feelings that I felt that I, in a sense, didn't feel connected with no one. You know, no fucking body. I didn't feel connected to my mother, in a sense. Like, I love my mother dearly. I swear to God, I love my mother. You know, and it's just like, I hurt my mother in ways that some people may look at like, shit, I'd have did worse to my mother. But that's because you had your own small kind of demons and you still was working with your own shit. But I can honestly say I've never had throughout my entire life and throughout my entire childhood, and, you know, after the age of 10, when common sense really fucking hits you, when you know what the fuck right and wrong is, because between the time that you were born till 10 years old, you learned what the fuck right and wrong was. You learned that shit. I don't give a fuck. You knew what the fuck right and wrong was. Whether it was wrong, or right, or wrong, right, sometimes right, maybe right, whatever. You learned what you felt in your heart was your wrongs from your rights. What you felt was your common sense. That's why it's like when people say, use your fucking common sense, it's like, you can't be mad at somebody if they don't have that type of common sense. Because from the time that they knew, from the time that their life even started up until the time that it really started, they may not have learned that. You know what I mean? They may not have had that life lesson that you've had at that age, that you still remember to this fucking day. Like, it's just so crazy that at 5 years old, I knew for a fact that my mom, I just felt, I didn't know for a fact, but I felt so strongly and deeply that the people who raised me were not the people who were supposed to raise me. Were not the people who I was supposed to learn from and, you know, and anything, because I just never felt any type of connection with no one in my life. Like, no one in my family I ever felt a real connection to. I don't give a fuck who it was. And it was so serious to the point where I've really done things that I am ashamed of. Like, some shit that I honestly could not tell a fucking soul. Like, I felt like, you know, it's always that shit that you really can take to the grave. You know, like, I really believe, like, people really have that shit where they just can't tell you how, you know, messed up their life is, or how, you know, they really feel, or what they did to someone else, or whatever the fucking case is, or whatever just fuckery that you've brought into your life that you feel you can't even tell anyone, that you have to take that shit with you to the day you die. And that's why I feel like there's a lot of people who die on their deathbed and finally want to say to that child that they mistreated, that I really loved you. Or finally at that moment when there is no more chances to prove that you knew deep down you were in the wrong, or deep down you inflicted some type of hurt onto someone else because of something that you felt. Like, it's just so crazy. And I'm rambling, but I swear everything I'm saying is a point to this, and everything I'm saying is just, I swear, my honest to God beliefs, what I've honestly established my life on, what I've accepted in my life, what I've put myself through, what I put other people through. This is why I did those things, because deep down inside, I didn't know who I was. And not knowing who you are, not knowing why you think the way you think, and not knowing why you react a certain different kind of way than the next fucking person, is very important, very crucial in your life, people. Like, I swear to God, knowing why you do the things that you do will be the ultimate world peace. Because when everybody in this world realizes that what they cause, like, you know, the shit that they go through, whether it's good or bad, has everything to do with how you've chosen to accept that you're really a broken person. Like, and I may be really, really wrong. I may be completely wrong with every fucking thing that I say. I may be fucking sounding like dumb. But honestly, I really don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, it took everything in me to really just start talking. And Lord knows I love to fucking talk. And that's why it's just like, I never understood why I could tell certain motherfuckers my business, my personal life, and not feel ashamed about it. Because deep down, I knew that however I felt, I wasn't alone. You know what I mean? And it became such a point to where, like, I really realized, like, there has to be someone in the world that may not think exactly how the fuck I think, or want exactly what the fuck I want shit done exactly how the fuck I will want shit because of what I have built myself to learn and cope with and manifest and deal with. Because it's just like, ultimately, this video is a video of me letting go of hurt. Because I've held on to the hurt that I felt on top of the hurt that I knew I was causing other people in the world. You know what I mean? Like, that shit really sticks with you. Like, when people say, like, transfer of energy, like, that shit is real, bruh. How you affect somebody is real. When you give up yourself in any kind of way, whether it's your money, whether it's your fucking clothes, whether it's your clothes off the back, whether it's your pussy, whether it's your dick, whether it's your anything, whenever you give a piece of who you are, a piece of what initially makes who you are giving that to them, and now you're exchanging who you are for who they are. That's why people can say that they like all different type of musics. You know what I mean? And that's why I honestly realize why I like all different kind of music. Why I have what I feel the nag for music. Or because I feel the nag for the better things, you know, whatever. Because that's what I feel is better for me. It may not be better for the next person, but it is better for me. You know what I mean? And I just really feel like this video is only to, in a way, tell myself in my face, my reflection. I'm reflecting myself right now. Like, I'm standing at the man in the mirror and looking at myself and telling myself the truth of every fucking thing. Like, the truth. Like, the truth being of who Ariel is. And I swear to God, that's all I've ever wanted to know, was who I was. Where do I fucking fit in? Where do, you know, I come into play? Where does the love that I give someone, where does, you know, someone take that shit and not fuck it off? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I designed and created my own hurt. I've designed and created my own common sense. I've created my own ideal of a family, of a friend, of an associate that no one that I've ever allowed in my life could feel what the fuck I know and what I feel is what's real. You know, and I swear to God, it all starts from the age of 5, because, again, that was the time when I had just moved to the community arms. At that point, again, mind you, I don't really know shit else besides us moving into the community arms, 143 East Orange Grove, Boulevard, Apartment 7, with me and my mom and my sister, Aisa, who was 8 years older than me. And that was it. Like, I really don't remember shit. Like, I remember at some point in my life, like, I remember various pieces that I've allowed myself to remember. Like, ain't that some shit? Like, you remember what the fuck you really want to remember. You know what the fuck you want to know. You say what the fuck you really want to say. And that's just that. Because I remember bits and pieces of my life before I've accepted my way of being who I am. You know what I mean? Like, it was a time where I do recall, like, I honestly can recall me living in a shelter with me and my mom. And you know what I mean? Like, I recall that. I remember that. But, and then at one point I do remember, you know, us staying with my grandpa, who my mother loved so dearly and who loved my mom so dearly that not only did he remarry, but I knew deep down that my, like, I just knew that my dad loved my mom so much that, in a sense, he died because the person that he loved and he hurt in my mom's own way, he knew that he failed her as a parent. And I can only go off of what I know and honestly what the fuck I have been through and what the fuck has crossed my path. And I do believe that some people in the world don't grow up anything like their fucking parents. Like I've truly believed that. Like you can either be exactly like your parents or you cannot be nothing like your parents. And I know that there's some people who take from both sides of their parents. Like it's just so fucking crazy. And I just want to say that for anyone who has yet to have kids, because right now people are just having kids back to back to back, not understanding what it means to have a kid. Like you're just having a kid for whatever the fuck's sakes you're having a kid for. Whether if bitches have, that's why it's like I really hate bitches who keep their kids from a real devoted father. You know, like the father who's really trying to be there. Like regardless of if it's not what the mom wants it to be, as long as the child feels the father is there, that's all that fucking matters. That's all that matters. I don't give a fuck what the fuck the nigga did. I don't give a fuck if he fucked your sister, your brother, your mama, and now he's your stepdaddy. But if he's trying to be there for your child, please let him. Because I cannot honestly stress enough how seriously it is and really important to have both of your parents. Both of them. Like, and I'm not knocking the people who can't have kids. You know what I mean? Like, I feel for those people who can't have kids, because I feel like having a kid is the most beautiful creation that is the biggest accomplishment in anyone's fucking life. Like, and if I feel like creating a life and bringing someone into this world is no fucking joke, bruh. Like, that shit is no joke. Like, it's really no joke to how serious it is to be a parent. Whether you're a single parent or not, it is very vital to be in your child's life from the ages of newborn to 10 years old. Because, and I don't give a fuck, I swear to God, like, I can honestly say, and if you just feel like, you know what, I just can't do it, then alright, cool, no problem. You just know deep down that you are not meant to, you know, be in your child's life. But what I don't want you to do is put that child through the hurt and the pain that you feel within yourself as to why you aren't doing all the fuck you can for your own child. Like, I feel like it's nothing that a mother and a father, whether biological or adoptive or motherfucking just you came across two babies and you just knew and you wanted to have a kid. It's just nothing more important than actually being there for a life that you not only created, but you are willing to take that you committed to without honestly committing to it. I feel like people have kids on commitment, and I feel like some people have kids on their own type of commitment. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody has a kid for their own reason. You know what I mean? Because a kid is, honestly, I swear to God, a kid is really that glue to every fucking thing. That's why people say, bitch, you only had a kid with him because, you know, you wanted to keep him. Like, that shit is real. Like, you're using something else to hold on to somebody, and now you're hurting the person that you're using. Like, it all boils down to the thing that you're using to gain what the fuck you feel like you may be missing. Like, that's what my ordeal is. That's what my whole life has been about, is that I never, and I swear I think I'm talking so much because I'm still like kind of scared to say this, but I have been searching for someone to fill the void in my life, to fill the void of something that I was missing, because I felt like if I did this, that, you know, this actually made me feel better. And I found something in my life that actually made me feel better. Like me giving up this thing and me shining light, or me doing this particular thing, made me genuinely feel better. Like no matter what the fuck I did, as long as I did this one thing, I felt great about myself. Like I didn't give a fuck what it was. And I swear, like, everybody has that something about them that is ultimately their real life downfall, but yet they don't know it yet, to actually take it and do right by it. You know what I mean? Like take it and do good. That's why I feel like everybody in this world has a purpose. Everyone serves a purpose. Everyone has a purpose of who they are, why they do shit the way they do shit, and so forth. Because you have, in your innocence, through that sponge stage that we call for kids. Like I swear to God, kids have a fucking sponge.